Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Ivan.
I'm Brian.
And you're watching another episode of Fashion Check. Today we will be reviewing the looks of Project Runway Season 18, Episode 7.
This week's challenge was to create a look in collaboration with Ashley Longshore and her custom prints. It was a 2-day challenge.
That's right. I want to know what you thought about this challenge.
I liked it. Okay, so art is an acquired taste. Everyone knows that. You're not gonna like everything that you see out there, but some of the prints were lovely and some of them weren't as lovely. But I enjoyed the challenge overall. I thought it was very, I think it puts the designers out of their comfort zone. What do you think?
I think this was by far the worst challenge I've ever seen on Project Runway. And here's why. First of all, I mean, respect to this woman, but who the hell is Ashley Longshore? I don't even know who she is. A lot of people on social media didn't know who she is.
I don't know who she
and
is.
so like people were like, where is this coming from? And then second, I feel like her prints are like, well, some of them, like you said, are just too loud. And I don't know, in my opinion, it's like a print that's loud just for the sake of being loud doesn't make it fashionable. And so that's why I feel like, you know, for example, Jeffrey's print and Nancy's print, I feel like it was just like a slap in the face for whoever like saw that. I don't know. I feel like a more exciting challenge would have been for the designers to create a print inspired by her print. I mean, they've done this challenge in the past with, you know, the brother machine that makes the prints, but I mean, I feel like that could have been a more interesting challenge rather than her prints because, I don't know, for me the prints weren't lively. They had color, but it wasn't like popping color. It was just like a washed out, you know, I don't even know what, like pastel colors, I don't know. But yeah, some of those prints were just too over the top and I don't know. I personally just didn't like this challenge at all.
Well, their job was to take this art, these prints, and turn it into fashion.
Yes. Like always, we're gonna star, pass, or flop the looks that walk down the runway, so let's begin.
It's girls night out of nowhere, my Barbie doll heels. Can't wait to blow up the world and make Cadillac deals. Turn up Pandora and let's pump it up.
First off, we have Chelsea, and she picked this, kind of looks like a quilted print,
Yeah.
just like a mashup of a bunch of prints thrown together.
Well, I don't hate it. I like it. It's quaint.
It's
And
what?
Quaint. It's another word for cute. And the model looks cute. And
You're running out of compliments, Brian. Just stop. No. Okay, my turn. I feel like she's done this before. I mean, she's only missing a hoodie for it to be like a rain jacket. But I just hate this brand. It's like, it just looks like a bunch of like stuff put together. Like, you know,
Which it is.
It's kind of like that challenge when they went to Goodwill. You know, and
Yeah.
it's like she cut a bunch of dresses up and then put them together. It's the Frankenstein dress. There you go. I mean, just because her construction is good and I really like Chelsea, I'm just gonna pass this one.
it is passable, yes. It's good enough.
Next up, we have Jeffrey, and he picked the prints with the happy faces and the nipples.
The nipples. So
Flop!
he didn't know that they were nipples initially, right? So once he chose that piece, he was kind of like, oh, okay. They don't bother me. The happy faces.
Pancakes.
They do look like pancakes. The dress is very ugly. It's super ugly. If it was a different color, if it was a different pattern, yes. And I see what you're saying with this, with these patterns specifically, why these looks look bad. Other than that, I think he did what he could with it.
What did he do?
He made this
horrible thing. Okay.
I'm biased. I like Jeffree, so.
So what is your?
I'm going to pass it.
Okay. Next up, we have Sergio, and he created this coat with was kind of like a cocoon, and then she, took it off, and
it was a coat.
Yeah. Well, it was the white coat.
Oh.
On top, and then she made a reveal, and this is what was in the underneath the coat. I really like this dress. This is the one print.
Me too.
This is the one print that was very subtle. I like this print. I think what he did with the reveal was very beautiful. It had it kind of looked like wings in the back, which made it even more exciting. This is something that I can definitely see people wearing without people being like, oh, this print is so out there,
Right.
The styling looks great. She looks great.
I don't know.
This is beautiful.
I don't know why the boobs are asymmetrical, but it's fine. It is what it is. It still looks beautiful. It's a beautiful dress. Even the asymmetricality, is that a word, of the belt makes it better.
It's
because
interesting.
it's not just like a straight belt going through the dress, dividing it.
This is something that I personally have never seen before, and it was really refreshing to see this coming from Sergio. I personally think that this should have been a top look, but it was safe.
Yeah.
But I am gonna star this one.
I'm starting to.
And now we're moving on to the top looks of the week, and first up we have Devin, and he had this print that it kind of was like pictures, like portraits of things.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looks like he created kind of like this power suit. You go.
I like it. I think it's cute. I like that he turned it into a suit. Yeah. I'm gonna pass it.
I don't know. Just for me, it's a full-on print look, and it looks like a pajama suit for me.
Take away the belt, yes, it would look like a pajama suit.
Take away the belt.
I'm gonna defend it though.
Maybe keep either the coat or the pant, but a full-on thing, it just doesn't work for me. I mean, yes, the construction is nice. You can clearly see that it's his style and everything, but I don't know. It's just the full-on print is what's bothering me here. If it's just half of it, and then maybe pair it with I don't know, maybe a navy pant, or even a white pant would look good with this, but yeah, I personally just don't like the full-on suit, but regardless, it's well made, and I'm just gonna pass it. Next up, we have Deyoung, and she grabbed this blue print with circles, and this was another print that I liked because it was more toned down than the other prints, and it worked for me with this purple, and it kind of looks. You can definitely see some similarities between her last look, the heritage look, to this. I mean, there's a lot of similarities in the silhouette, but I mean, it works with the print. I feel like it's very her. Given that she got help from Victoria, but regardless, I think it works. It's something that I would definitely see hanging in the store somewhere. I don't know which store, but I like it.
Poor Deyoung, and she did get sick this episode.
Again.
And it didn't really seem to falter her work. Because I really do like this dress also. I like the pattern that she chose to. And it's a really cute dress. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna star this one.
I'm gonna star it too.
And now we have the winner of this challenge. Congratulations, Brittany. This was her second challenge win. The first designer who has a 2 challenge wins. And she gravitated towards this print with butterflies, and she created the butterflies in 3D. And
I hate it. I hate it so much. Why is it a two-faced dress? There's something going on one side, something going on the other side, and then when you go up, it's where it actually looks the best is with the strapping.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not even all that great. I didn't like this look at all. I don't know what the judges were thinking. I don't know why this is considered fashion. I just think it's ugly, and I'm gonna flop it.
oh, wow. I mean, my critiques are not as tough for this one. This is what I was talking about 50% of the dress should be the print. I think this was kind of like almost getting there, because like if she kept continuing with that yellow skirt and just kept the top with the print, and then the sleeves eventually, like it would have been a beautiful look. I don't think it needed that half side of the skirt with the butterflies. I mean, I'm glad that she picked this yellow because it makes it like more colorful, more vibrant. But I don't know, like I feel like a lot of designers this season are doing that half thing, which is kind of like at this point I feel like it's getting old for me.
It is getting old at this point.
Like it's like, come on, like we're down to the top 8. Like it's a few episodes before the final, and I feel like no one has really like gone for it. Like I find myself not really rooting for anyone at this point, because it's like it's anyone's game. Regardless, I feel like her construction was really good. She was very smart with her 3D butterflies, but as far as the skirt goes, I would have just kept the entire skirt yellow and then just the top and the sleeves as the print. I'm gonna start it.
Okay, that's fine.
And now we move on to the bottom looks of this episode, and the first one is Victoria, and she picked the black and white stripes with floral. And well, first of all, this was the first time Victoria was in the bottom, and she was clearly upset about the outcome.
Right.
However, I don't mind this look, and here's why. Again, like I said, the 50% of the look. I feel like this is an example of how this challenge should be. Like 50% of it is the print, and then 50% is, something else. Yes, like a lot of people were criticizing her for not fully embracing the print or whatever, but I feel like if she were to add more to the top, it would just look like that dress from that challenge that, the team challenge that had all the stripes, the Beetlejuice stripes. And so like it would have looked like that eventually. I mean, I would have probably added more of the print maybe in the sleeves, and just kept like, the simple top with that piping, and then, the white part here. But I just feel like if she would have done more of it, it would not have worked. And I personally like it because it's fresh. Even though we've seen the silhouette from her before, I have not seen those pants from her. So I honestly don't mind this look.
I don't mind it either. This is Victoria, and I'm not alone in this and saying this, because y'all can agree with me too, because y'all be saying this online. But she does her own thing. She really has not been following a lot of the challenges, but her looks are just so good that she surpasses the requirement of having to do the challenge. Having said that, she did minimalize the amount of fabric that she put into this look, and focus more on the pant. I don't mind it at all. It's a really nice look. It's really cute. I love it a lot. But yet again, she's just Right, she minimalized it. She didn't put anything on the top. She put it underneath as kind of like the border of the top. And I felt like it was missing something on the top half of her look. So I mean, she kind of looks like Rey from Star Wars on the top.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. It's not a terrible look, so I'm gonna pass it.
I'm passing it too. Next up we have Nancy, and she gravitated towards the print that had like a lot of words written in there, and then there's the infamous dildo somewhere in there. And
she made a pocket for it, for a dildo.
Yeah. Man, this is kind of like a sleeping robe.
This is what when you say that they use the fabric throughout, this is definitely a look like that, where it's like it's all that. There's nothing much else happening. Did I have a problem with the oversized jacket? No, because it seems to be a trend right now, and like every designer is doing it. So I don't know why they had to read Nancy for doing an oversized jacket on a small model. But do I hate the look? No. Is it all just the print and not much else going on? Yes.
See, for me, this is where like, you know, people are so fast in critiquing Victoria about doing the same thing. And this is a prime example of Nancy doing the same thing. How many times has she given us an oversized coat? You know, she did it the last challenge. She did it like a few challenges ago too. So I mean, like, that's clearly her signature, and she said it in the episode, like, I do oversized stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't see anyone complaining about it, you know, but...
They complained about it now.
I guess. But no, I feel like, you know, she's drowning in this fabric. There's really nothing design-wise to go about this. Like, even the top that was underneath, the crooked top, I'm like, you know, just a little bounce, and then, you know, the boob flinks out. Yeah, no, I just didn't like this look from Nancy this week. Sorry, I love you, but it's a flop.
I love you too, Nancy, but yeah, I'm gonna flop it too.
Yeah. And then we have the eliminated designer of this week, and that is Marquis. And he picked this print that has birds, I believe, or something. I don't know what it was. And then he had the bees on top and attacking her chest, you know. This is something that Miss Doubtfire would wear. You know, just put her in a gray wig and she's good to go, you know, like. The Broadway musical is coming, so there's your dress, you know? That's my critique.
Okay. I don't hate it as much as the judges hated it. I do hate the bees or the butterflies or whatever they are, whatever they're supposed to be. This I also feel is just taking over the model as well, and it's just covering her completely, and it just doesn't look like a look. It doesn't look fashionable, and there's not much creativity going into this either.
No. Yeah, at this point of the competition, it's like they said in the episode, like just a tiny mistake can send you home, and it was these horrible darts that sent Marquis home. So, yeah, I mean, it's a flop for me.
I'm gonna flop it too.
And that is it for this week's challenge. Again, thank you, Brian, for joining us.
Yep.
Make sure to catch episode 8 next week on Bravo. Please hit that subscribe button if you like our videos. Also, give this video a like, and please comment your thoughts below. I know that our critiques this week were very different from what people have to say on social media, but like we still want to hear your voice because, like we say, every opinion matters. Follow us on social media if you guys like, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.